Welcome, if this is your first time watching Who Remembers, the series where we discuss and break down my thoughts on games that are at least 10 years old or older. Some we are revisiting, and some we are playing for the first time. I'll try to keep it mostly spoiler-free by avoiding any major plot points. So let's get started. Who remembers arguably the greatest stealth game ever made? Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. You see, Sam Fisher had the stealth genre by the short and curlies, and Chaos Theory was saying, hold my beer and watch this. Don't get me wrong, the original game and Pandora Tomorrow were great, but Chaos Theory is a masterclass of stealth mechanics and gameplay. Originally released March 21st, 2005 by Ubisoft Montreal, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory was the third game of the franchise and considered by many to be the best. Michael Ironside is back as Sam Fisher, and Don Jordan as Lambert.
Ships working together again.
It's what we expected.
That's a 056 prototype, Chinese.
Exactly.
How are your sea legs?
I haven't lost them.
Good. Because the 056 prototype isn't the only new fish in the pond.
I always loved the relationship between Sam and Lambert. Serious but fun and lighthearted at times. You can tell they care about the mission, but most importantly, they care about each other. The plot is like most Splinter Cell games. Sam has to basically save the world from World War III. China and North Korea are upset with Japan's new information about their self-defense force. They believe it violates the post-World War II Constitution, and it's up to the US to break up this fight before it even gets started. Chaos Theory provides everything you want in a Splinter Cell game. Cool locations and the ability to feel like a badass stealth secret agent. The level design and variety in locations is excellent. Sam travels from everywhere to the coast of Peru, Panama, New York, all the way from North and South Korea. And my personal favorite, Japan. I feel like it's a solid mix of new and familiar places. There's a lot of quality of life improvements, starting with the aim of Sam's shooting. Don't get me wrong, there is still a lot to be desired here, but nevertheless, it's a noticeable improvement from the first two games. At the end of the day, it's a Splinter Cell game, meaning stealth will always, hopefully, be at the forefront. I'm looking at you, Conviction and Blacklist. I mean, you're more than welcome to try and blast your way out of each one of these zones, but I would not recommend it. I prefer to get in and get out before anyone ever notices. The light meter is better than ever, and the soundbar is nice to have around as well. The whistle mechanic from Pandora Tomorrow is still around as well.
Throw down your weapon!
Outside of that, all of our favorite guns and gadgets are back at our disposal once again. Another welcome addition is saying goodbye to the 3 alarm rule. Thank goodness. This was so damn annoying and uncalled for. If we want to make things more difficult for us, it should be up to us, damn it. Oh, and now we have cameras that can spot you in the dark. Yay! That's basically it for new additions, which is a pretty good thing in my opinion. We already have a winning formula here. No need to get crazy and change up a bunch of things. Looking at you, Conviction and Blacklist. It's one of the main things I admire about Chaos Theory. It simply builds upon the solid foundation already in place and enhances it for the better. Now that we've covered a little bit about the story and improvements made to the gameplay, let's talk about some of my favorite and least favorite levels. We'll start with some of my favorites. The bank in Panama was so badass. I mean, who doesn't want to break into a bank as a top secret agent and stage the whole thing as an armed robbery? It's got lasers, it's got vaults, explosives. I mean, what else do we need to have?
And open sesame.
Lambert, we're in.
Great work. Sam, get in there and find those hard drives.
Next is any of the New York or Japan missions. Starting with the penthouse in New York, it's a dark Batman setting, which was so cool. Scaling a rooftop to break into a penthouse 60 floor highs to gather intel on a cyber attack is next level ninja shit. Next, we make our way over to the dispatch in New York City. Lambert fears the dispatch might be involved in the blackouts throughout the U.S. Eastern Seaboard. The reason I love this mission so much is because it reminds me of the CIA level in the first Splinter Cell. It's just a classic stealth level where you're sneaking around in the dark, hacking computers, and interrogating bad guys. I'm a simple man, and this is all I need and ask for in these games. Which brings us to Japan. There are 3 missions that take place in Japan. Now that I think about it, most of the second half of the game takes place in Japan. Hokkaido is the first stop in Japan, and damn is it a good one. I love the vibe and pace of this level. Sam has to make his way through the forest to interrogate basically a private estate. It's almost like a hidden mansion of some sort in the forest. Really cool. The estate is filled with little zen gardens and paper walls where you can grab enemies through them. I thought this was the coolest thing I had ever seen when I was a kid, and even now as an adult. It's these little features and details that make the Splinter Cell series what it is and why it's so great. I don't want to give too much away about the other level I like in Japan, but I will say this, it's towards the end of the game, it's really fun, and it's a level that will literally test every skill you've learned up until this point. And you get a little bit of everything. Now we turn our attention to my least favorite levels. The cargo ship in the Pacific Ocean was not that great, to be honest. I'm also one of these people that kind of dislike ship levels in almost any game. It doesn't matter if it's GoldenEye, Resident Evil, GTA, it could really be anything. I probably wouldn't like it. All the hallways look the same. I never know if I'm actually going the right way. And there's always multiple floors and they all look the same. It's very confusing. It just kind of sucks, to be honest.
What does this mean to bootstrap? It means to accomplish something by using an entirely internal process. What? The Americans say you will have to...
The South Korea mission is a complete shit show with these annoying flying assault drones with night vision. I mean, do I really need to say more? I mean, I could, but do I really need to? And finally, the worst mission in the entire game, hands down to me, is the bathhouse. I was almost to the point of not being able to finish this game, or furthermore, not wanting to finish this game. You have so many guards to deal with, and it's extremely difficult to make it to this section, where you have to defuse the bombs with a decent amount of ammo. I had like 2 bullets left in my assault rifle and like 6 rounds in my handgun, with 0 sticky shockers left. Thank God I had some smoke grenades and flash grenades, or I don't think I would have made it. I really don't. In the end, even with the good and the bad, I nearly loved every minute of revisiting this all-time classic. They just don't make games like this anymore. The charm and the personality of these early 2000s games are unmatched. There are so many great new IPs launching at this time, and companies were actually taking risk. They were innovating and laying down the blueprint of the games you love today. It was a great time to be alive, and a great time to be a gamer. I miss those days. But it's these titles like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory that truly bring me back and make me remember why I started playing video games in the first place. the purity of the hobby and why so many others crave this nostalgia like myself. I'd like to say thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time, stay blessed, my friends.